Don't nobody go in the bathroom for about 35, 45 minutes. Somebody.
Hey, haven't we all been there? You go and just tear up a bathroom. So what are we talking about today? We're talking about poop. As weight loss surgery patients, we always focus about what we put in our mouths, But the reality is sometimes we need to focus on what comes out the other end, right? So today, yes, we're talking about poop. It's a dirty subject, but it has to be done, right? Anyway, one of the things that nobody ever talked about was that sometimes it's going to be feast or famine when it comes to that department. Sometimes you're going to be locked up like a dam. And then other times you'll have completely the opposite. And it'll be rather explosive. But no matter how it comes out, it's got to come out, right? So, why am I talking about poop? Well, again, it's always a topic that newer people tend to ask about because it's one of those things that happens to all of us, and you don't always know what quite to do. So, we're going to talk a little bit about that today. The other thing is that weight loss surgery and poop has been in the news. Thanks to my celebrity lookalike, Mr. Al Roker. He recently came out with a book and talked about having a little accident in the White House. So let's take a quick look at that interview, and so we know what we're talking about.
When you have a bypass and your bowel has been reconstructed, you think you're pretty safe. And I probably went off and ate something I wasn't supposed to. And as I'm walking to the press room, I think I got to pass a little gas here. So I'm walking by myself. Who's going to know? Only a little something extra came out.
You pooped in your pants?
I pooped my pants. Not horribly, but enough that I knew.
Which is a common side effect of this surgery.
Exactly.
At the White House.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
Now, we bring this up not to embarrass you, Al, but because it is the lead story on several websites this morning.
I'm just kind of amazed that this is such a big deal. Look, I put that in the book, Never Going Back, because I wanted people to realize that there are, consequences to gastric bypass surgery or any kind of gastric surgery. Some of them embarrassing, others can be life-threatening or fatal. And
so Al had a dumping episode, and what is dumping? The scientific version of what dumping is when large food molecules enter into the small intestine. Now, for my gastric bypass friends, this is something that you're very sensitive to. You can. I think it's a little easier for gastric bypass than all the 4 major surgeries to have a dumping episode. So what happens is food goes through into the small intestine. It's still in pretty large molecules, and then what happens is your bowel flushes with water and tries to compensate to flush it through. You get sort of a bloated, gassy feeling. Some people feel that they have, they get sweaty and clammy. As a sleever, I actually did have a dumping episode before. I got a little overzealous and tried Culver's custard, which for those parts of the country that don't have custard, it's like soft ice cream, but it's high sugar, high fat. So I'd taken my kids to get some ice cream and thought I would indulge too with some hot fudge and nuts, and it didn't work out well. Ended up getting really sweaty, shaky, feel really tired, and then things began to sort of feel and look a little bit like this. Not fun, is it? So, so and I think even bandsters, everybody can dump. Actually, even if you're not surgically altered, you can have some degree of it. But again, gastric bypass, sleevers, banders, and you know what? I'm not really sure about de-essers. I know they can do it, obviously. But I know that de-essers have to have a lot more fat in their diet, so I'm not sure how much they dump. I'll have to ask Janine, who is one of the other vloggers on Back to Basics with me. But anyway, how we avoid this: sugary foods, high-fat foods, fried foods, high glycemic foods. As Al Roker said in the interview, he probably ate something that he shouldn't have. The thing is, it's different for everyone. So bananas might set you off, bananas might not. It might take, having fried chicken to set you off, or for me, it was custard with hot fudge. Everybody's different. So unfortunately, it's one of those things that you have to be aware of and just slowly try things out. Not that, those things should really consistently be part of our diet anyway, but, you want to know before you're in a public situation and that happens to you, right? The other thing is that we can have the complete opposite. And for me, now that I'm further out, constipation is much more of an issue than diarrhea. Early on, diarrhea is pretty frequent, I believe, in almost all of us, because we're all on all liquids. We're aside from dumping, you're drinking all liquids. You got soups, you got protein shakes, and slushies, and so those first few weeks that you're sleeved or banded or pouched or sleeved as the first part of a DS, diarrhea is not uncommon, just because it's all liquids. Liquid in, liquid out. It's kind of gross, but it's the truth, right? But as I said, I digress a little bit. Constipation is much more of an issue. So, dealing with constipation, one of the first and foremost things that I notice is that I need to drink water. See, there she is. There's Pam doing her weekly, her daily water thing in Back to Basics. Have to drink water to A, stay hydrated, but B, to help things flow a little bit. The other thing is exercise. Exercise seems to help me. Those times when I'm, been on the couch for a week or two and I'm not eating the best, or, even if I'm concentrating on eating, doing the high protein diet, low carb that we tend to do, can get locked up like Lindsay Lohan. I mean, seriously, it can be an issue. So moving my butt helps to get my butt moving. Pretty simple. So exercise, water, exercise, that definitely helps. Now, sometimes we might need a little extra help. And there are a number of remedies that you can do over the counter that many people will do. Miralax is one. And let's see, what else? We have magnesium citrate. That is another one that people tend to take. Let's see, Colace, Benefiber. Probably everyone's least favorite is prune juice. And a very popular one because it's kind of mild is Senecot and or the Smooth Move tea. I think all of these things all these things are very popular remedies for us to use. Now again, you saw a little scrolling thing. Check with your surgeon to see what they recommend. Obviously, if you can avoid taking these things every day, that's usually best. I try to really control constipation with my diet and exercise and water. Now, speaking of diet, things that can help with constipation and still be bariatric friendly: oatmeal. Beans and peas, they're both high in protein and high in fiber, so that helps. Sugar-free applesauce, again, that can help move things along. Some of the other things that I can add in, like chia seeds. Here's some chia seeds from Trader Joe's. If I'm having yogurt in the morning, we can add in the chia seeds. I think here it says, these are really crazy. A single teaspoon gives you 6 grams of fiber, 3 grams of protein, and 2.9 grams of omega-3. So chia seeds are pretty powerful and will help you with your protein, help you with the fiber, help keep things going along. Another add-in that you can use is flaxseed. This happens to be blueberries, flaxseed. Again, it's 2 grams of protein, 6 grams of carbs, 90 calories, and that's for 2 tablespoons. So again, you can add flaxseed into a variety of things that you eat. And like I said, the chia seeds are really nice because they don't really have much taste to them, so you're adding it in without really altering the flavor of what you're eating. Another favorite in this house is quinoa. We use it as a rice substitute. Rice is high in carbs and starch and all that kind of fun stuff. And a rice also will make you more constipated. So as an alternative, we use quinoa. This happens to be rainbow quinoa, but it is pretty good in the fiber department. It's 3 grams of fiber, 6 grams of protein. Has much more protein than rice, and it's pretty tasty too. So those are some foods that you can eat to help push things along. Again, things that you might want to avoid if you're getting constipated: bananas, rice, like I said before, cheese. Cheese can, I know a lot of us are going for protein with the cheese, but cheese can bind you up a little bit. Potatoes without the skin, let's see, peanut butter sometimes. All these things can kind of get you locked up. Now, an interesting thing is vitamins can also get you locked up. And I talked about vitamins last week, but one of the things that you need to make sure you do is that if you're taking calcium, which I think almost all of us have to, is that you're taking calcium citrate instead of calcium carbonate, because the calcium carbonate can cause constipation. And I think in general it's recommended that we take citrate anyway. And iron. Most of us have to take iron, and the iron can definitely make you constipated, but forgive me if I mispronounce this, but it's ferrous fumarate or ferrous gluconate types of iron can cause less, gastric problems than the other types of iron. So again, that's ferrous fumarate or gluconate. Those types of iron can help with help you avoid constipation. So hopefully that was that was helpful. Just gave you some tips and different things that I use. Again, check with your bariatric surgeon to see what they recommend. But you can certainly take this list of things and ask if one of them might be right for you. So again, hope it helped this week, and take care. God bless. Come back next week. I don't know what I'll do next week, but we'll figure out something. And you can also see me on the Back to Basics channel weekly. I'm a Sunday vlogger there. So take care. God bless. Have a great week.